Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Hale and I will be your instructor for English 205. In this video, I'm just going to show you around our My Classroom website because I know that taking an online course, it can sometimes be hard to find things, it can be hard to locate the information. So I just want to show you around a little bit. In a separate video, I will walk you through what we are doing in the first week of class. So this is our home page for English 205. You'll see any announcements that I post right here. And if you scroll down, you will see a table of contents that includes all of the modules for the course. The first thing that you should do is work through the Start Here module. And then after that, take a look at the syllabus. Why don't I go ahead and show you what is in the Start Here module. Now, I'm not going to read much of this to you. You should read it on your own time, but I just kind of want to give you an overview of the types of information that can be found in this folder. So we have a welcome message here. Using these arrow keys in the upper right-hand corner, I'm navigating between the pages. Here we have an explanation of the course structure, which I'm going to cover some of the information in this. This just kind of tells you where to find things, as well as an explanation of some of the types of assignments that we have in the class. Here is Beth Smith, our librarian's email, as well as phone number. She is a great resource for things regarding research and APA. We also have a link to the English 205 library page, an academic misconduct module, a template for APA papers, an APA style guide, and a guide for in-text citations and references using APA style. And then down here, we also have a list of helpful resources, so stages of the writing process, the basic essay and paragraph format, the top 20 errors in undergraduate writing, and then symptoms and cures of writer's block. Next, we have an explanation of some of our course policies and links to those things in the catalog. A lot of the information is not actually here on this page, so you will want to make sure, I mean, hopefully at this point in your, your time at Hondros, you have read over large portions, if not all, of the catalog, but we have links here of a lot of the, to a lot of the important information. One thing that I will highlight for you is our late work policy and the makeup work policy. So most assignments in this class can be accepted up to 2 days late. So the major projects that you do, the few quizzes that there are in the class, and the initial posts for the discussion board and the McGraw-Hill Connect modules, if I haven't mentioned those already. So all of those things can be accepted up to 2 days late with a 5% deduction for each day that it is late. So at max, you're only ever going to get a 10% deduction for an assignment being late. So it's really worth it to get an assignment in, even if it is late. However, after 2 days, I can no longer accept assignments late. Some exceptions to that, the reply posts that are due. So whenever you have a discussion board, there's going to be an initial post and then some reply posts. Those reply posts cannot be accepted late, so you must get those in on time. Now, let's say that you miss class, you miss some assignments because of something that is an excused absence. I am happy to let you make up any work that you missed because of excused absence. However, according to Hondros' policy, that decision is not exactly up to me. You will need to get your absence approved by your dean or your director of nursing. I think potentially even assistant director of nursing could do that. But someone above me will need to sign off on that absence before I can let you go ahead and make up work that you have missed. So if you do have an excused absence, please let me know about that, but I will also direct you to talk to one of the people that I just mentioned. Let's move ahead to communication expectations. Again, please read through all of this on your own. I'm just going to highlight some key things for you. The one thing that I'll say is I check my emails pretty regularly, at least once a day, oftentimes more. Now, I will say sometimes on the weekend, I might go a day without checking my email, but especially during the work week, I check my email every day, and I try to get back to you as quickly as I can. If I am particularly busy or if I need to contact other people in order to answer a question that you might have, it might take me a little bit longer. But please give me 24 hours to respond to you. Now, the official policy is that instructors will respond to email within 24 to 48 hours. Very rarely will it take me 48 hours to get back to you. If I'm sitting at my computer, I very well may respond to you right away. Just give me 24 hours. If 24 hours has passed and you haven't heard from me, you have my permission to email me again. Give me a gentle reminder that you have a question or you need help with something. Because occasionally an email will kind of slip through the cracks. I will overlook something for whatever reason. So if you haven't heard back from me within 24 hours, feel free to reach out again. I will try to get back to you as quickly as possible, though. Here's an explanation of our course technology in the course. So there's some info about McGraw-Hill Connect, which is our textbook. There's not a physical textbook for this class. There's an ebook and some assignments that go along with that that are provided through McGraw-Hill. Here's some information about Turnitin. Your major projects for this course will be submitted using Turnitin, which checks those projects for plagiarism. It looks to see if your writing matches other people's writing or anything found online. I recommend always giving yourself some time before you submit the final draft of a project to check that Turnitin report. You will have access to those. You'll be able to look it over to see if you notice any plagiarism and then make changes if necessary. I get the sense that a lot of people don't check the Turnitin reports, and then I have to contact them and let them know that their paper has been plagiarized. And then that gets into territory where potentially I have to file an academic misconduct report. Bare minimum, I have to ask you to redo the assignment. Potentially, it will result in a 0 in the assignment. So make sure to check the Turnitin report before you fully commit to a final draft. Here's a guide on using Turnitin. Here's also a document indicating the acceptable files. If you experience issues with Turnitin, you can contact my classroom support. Here we have the minimum technology requirements for students at Hondros. And some people that you can contact as well. If you have general, just need help with CAMs or other tech support, contact the help desk. If it's something specifically with my classroom, which is again where our website is, you can contact my classroom support. You can also, of course, let me know about issues that you're encountering. Usually, it's good for me to know if something is going on. But because the technological side of things is not necessarily my expertise, there's a good chance that I will direct you to either the help desk or my classroom support. But you are welcome to let me know if you are encountering an issue. Here is a page explaining McGraw-Hill Connect. If you've taken English 200 here before, you should be pretty familiar with this. Here are some instructions for how to log into McGraw-Hill Connect for the first time. If you click this, it will take you to your course, and we have some helpful documents here. We also have a list of the McGraw-Hill Connect assignments that you'll be doing throughout the course. And I may make a separate video where I show you how to do those assignments. I'm not able to do that right now because the activities are not haven't been activated or released yet. But once the course actually starts, I'll try to revisit this topic and walk you through that. Info on course help. We've already mentioned the help desk. We've already mentioned my classroom support. Of course, if you encounter any sort of issues, you have questions, you want something clarified, you want some extra help, please feel free to contact me. I've already mentioned this, but just to reiterate, for help with your absences and making up work, contact me, but you'll also need to provide documentation to your campus dean / director of nursing or assistant director of nursing. And that is the Start Here module. We are all done with that. Here is the syllabus. I'm not going to go over this document with you, but it would be in your best interest to make sure that you are familiar with the syllabus before starting the work in the class. So far I've been showing you how to navigate the table of contents here. What I actually do is I use this content button up here. I find this layout a little bit just easier to navigate. So here you'll just see a list of all the different modules in the class, most of which are organized by week. So I already showed you the Start Here module, showed you the syllabus. This is week 1, so if you click on it, it'll open up. You can hit this button to launch the whole unit, which will start from the beginning, or if there's something in particular you want to find, you can open these up. So here, learning materials, here's kind of the intro to week 1, here's all the readings and resources for week 1, and if I click on activities and assessments, those that will show me the assignments that need to be completed during week 1. And as I mentioned, I will make a separate video where I talk more in depth about the assignments for week 1. But I like using this content button layout. I just find it's a little bit easier to find the things that I need. Now let me go back to course home. And just a couple more things I want to highlight for you. Under course tools, you'll find a button that'll take you to your grades. Now, the only grades that I really put into CAMS, and I'm pretty sure all the English teachers at Hondros are the same way, I put in midterm grades and final grades, but all other grades for assignments are located in my classroom. So you'll go to course tools, you'll hit grades, and that'll show you what you got on each assignment. I update grades every week, at least once a week, oftentimes more than that. Typically that happens on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Sometimes it'll happen a little bit later, just depending on how much work I have to grade. Typically, I can't put grades in much earlier than that because a lot of assignments are due on Sunday, and then students have 2 days past that. So by Tuesday, that is when the late period ends for many of the assignments. So I'm not really even able to start grading things until Wednesday of each week. So Wednesday and Thursday is often when you can expect grades to be put in. Be sure to check your grades every week, at least once a week. That's the best way to make sure that you aren't missing anything, to make sure that you are, understanding everything, that your submissions have gone through correctly. So always be checking those. And then we have a button here that'll take you to the library. That's obviously very useful. Lots of good resources there. And I think the last thing I'll show you is the calendar. So here you'll just see a list of upcoming events. So when things are due. That'll tell you the most, the things that are due the soonest. You can also click this arrow and then hit go to calendar. And that'll show you the full calendar for the course. And you'll see these colored dots each day where something is due. Now you'll notice a trend here that things are due on Thursdays and Sundays. So that's easy enough to remember. You won't need to submit work any other time. Just make sure you're getting things in by Thursday and Sunday. And then if you scroll down here, you'll see an actual explanation of what the assignment is. So let me jump ahead to our first assignment, July 6th. If I scroll down, if I hover over this, you'll see that you have a weekly discussion initial post due. If you click on it, you'll see a larger description of that assignment. So the calendar tool, a great way to check when things are due. I will also send out weekly overviews that list all of the due dates. I'll also send out to-do lists that you can use to check off the work as you complete it. So you'll have several ways to know when assignments are due. You're welcome to make use of any and all of those to help keep track of your work. So I believe that's all that I really need to show you now. That should make you pretty well equipped to tackle anything in this course. If you are struggling to navigate my classroom, you have any questions for me, just let me know. I'd be happy to help you out, be happy to schedule a Zoom meeting or a phone call. I also will have office hours a few times a week as well. I'll send out that schedule when it has been finalized. So lots of ways to get a hold of me. Let me know any way that I can help.